Alright, hello everyone, my name is Shep, welcome back to the Butcher Circus, and today we are gonna be having some fun with the Kalashnikov team. So this was the target of some discussion over in the base Darkest Dungeon Discord server, and I thought, you know what, it's been a while since I played Kalashnikov. Not that long, honestly, because whenever I'm just the tiniest bit bored, or whenever I want to have fun, I just pick Kalashnikov and enjoy myself. That's really how it works, and honestly, it works perfectly. I absolutely love this team to death. It's so much fun to play with. It's so straightforward and simple, and all the numbers you get on it do tend to be quite satisfying. So first things first, I'm actually gonna go ahead and greed a little bit here, because this is gonna be a stress team versus stress team situation, and I'm gonna go for a bit of a funny move here. Instead of trying to go, oh, I'm gonna pull the occultist and maybe I'll stun him. Instead of doing any of that, I'm just gonna take Kalashnikov's advice to heart. Do as much stress as quickly as possible, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna spam Abyssal Artillery, I'm gonna spam Hanseri, I'm gonna spam Bellows, and I'm gonna spam my transformations as quickly as possible. That is exactly what I want. So for this goal, I have brought Carnival Mask and the Insignia of Rank on the men-at-arms. I have the Insignia of Rank instead of the Uriai, because I do have the Retribution rather than the guard. I'm playing Kalashnikov, I'm not gonna guard. that's just how it be. This team is way too aggressive to be guarding out here. That's really unfortunate that my opponent gets a crit, but I suppose such is the way of the Butcher Circus. But yeah, I have the Carnival Mask for even more stressed out on the bellow. Really nice accuracy with this, means that I don't have to go command buff, and I'm probably still hitting every single bellow that I apply. And I obviously appreciate that. Now I will take some heavy damage here on my doggy, but there's no riposte shield on that man-at-arms. I also have 30 dodge, which I was hoping would work just a teeny tiny bit, but unfortunately I've been getting hit by literally everything Blaus has been sending at me. So this is what my face looks like at the moment, pretty much. I'm just yeah, that's the sound of face with droopy eyes from now on. It's I'm kind of like swerving with my tongue from right to left as I'm doing the face. Yeah, it's kind of funny thing to, well, not witness, but at least to listen to, I imagine. So they go for the initial Abyssal Artillery, so be it. I was stunned. I was stunned by a blackjack. What a crazy move. You have Carnival Mask and Crimson Hook, and yet you go for the stun. I must say, that is quite odd. Now, what I'm actually going to do here is, instead of slamming the Flatulent, which is only a 30% chance, I'm going to slam the Doggy. Not really to prevent or not really to prevent Blackjack, because I couldn't care less about Blackjack. The reason I'm doing this is because since my Abomination is in position 1, I want to have a good target for my manacles after I go for the slam, and the collateral damage is also quite nice on the doggy. After an Abyssal Artillery here, he might not be doing too well. I also want to go Abyssal Artillery, and hitting the doggy is much more valuable than hitting the Houndmaster in this situation, so hopefully I can make some good stuff happen. So my doggy is dropping down to 0 at this point, which is obviously not ideal, but it's also not the end of the world. He has enough duty on him that even if I look wounds, stuff isn't gonna go too well for me, but honestly it's gonna be the go-to here. I just want him to stay alive for a bit, because he doesn't even have any command buffs for me to just justify going crazy heavy into riposte here. I'm gonna wait a bit with my doggy, just scout out the situation, use both my lick wounds, make him just survive for longer. And maybe then he'll be able to drop a bellow when he's, or rather drop a Harry when he's not at the store anymore, and then he's just gonna be a bit of a nuisance that you have to keep Retribution up for, which I appreciate. If you keep Retribution up rather than spamming bellow every single round, then it's just a W for me, so that is exactly what I want. I have only 3 HP left on my Occultist. I should mention, my Occultist has Stygian Embrace rather than the Weird Reconstruction. It's always a difficult one with the Occultist, because you want Abyssal Artillery, you want Demon's Pull. If you don't have Weakening Curse, you don't have an ability for the end of the match if you're the final character alive. So then you kind of just have to choose between Weird Reconstruction and Stygian Embrace, but both of them are amazing, so it it can get quite difficult. So here I'm gonna go for the Abyss Artillery, and the reason I'm doing it in this order is so I can actually not apply a Bellow debuff on the Man at Arms immediately. He's probably just going to Bellow here, so if I were to apply the Bellow debuff at the moment, one of its turns would just be completely wasted, which, you know, considering that they have Repulse and considering that I'm probably going to be hitting into it, I probably don't want it being wasted, so let's not be wasteful here. That's kind of what you have to do when it comes to these stress versus stress matchups. You have to basically min-max to the very limit, because chances are both you and your opponent have your teams very optimized, and you probably have practiced some already, and you probably know what the hell you're doing. Speaking of what the hell I'm doing, why did I not bolster round 1? Am I stupid? I must be, because I decided to Bell instead. Should I stick to the plan then? Honestly, they're both dead already, so yeah, let's stick to the plan, let's keep belling. I suppose I should have just bolstered round 1. I don't know why I didn't. I've been spamming the bellows. I've been too eager. I've been too in doubt to actually click it. I don't know. I feel like that happened not in the last video, but I was actually playing with one of the channel members on a match that wasn't recorded, and I was doing some silly plays. Like, it was round 4, and then I realized, wait, bolster was actually really good here, and I haven't been using it. Am I in decline in the Butcher Circus? Is that what's happening? Have I reached my peak and it's all downhill from here? It might very well be, but let's hope not, right? Let's hope not. So that occultist is taking a lot of stress, so is the doggy. Honestly, the Men at Arms and the Flagellant really haven't eaten that much, and it's round 3 already. The reason this is happening is because my doggy is not performing. He is underperforming. He is using lick wounds. He used one Harry. I don't think he even got a crit on it, so it has not been great. Now, I have no idea why someone with Hound's Harry doesn't use it. I just, it's beyond me, is all I can say here. It's beyond me. Yeah, it is completely beyond me. I don't know. Is my opponent giving me a Mercy Hound's Rush because they have a Flagellant and I don't? They don't have the Gauntlet of Absolution on this Flagellant, so it's actually genuinely not that bad of a matchup. This is how it should be. The Flagellant is still good into stress teams, even without Gauntlet of Absolution. He's just not completely insane into them. So, yeah, that trinket really needs a bit of a change, doesn't it? But yeah, moving on. I think the move here is going to be to afflict myself, which is unfortunate, but I am wasting a lot of horror with this. Normally I would have taken like 30 from dropping to the store on that as well, but since that's not happening, then this should be okay. I would love to drop into this artillery here, because it's going to apply just enough horror to make that occultist go afflicted, and now he's going to be up to like 140 stress rather than be missing, and he's only up to 100. And I also miss out on the extra horror turns. Like, it would be really, really bad. But that's 2 afflictions going. They have regen on their doggy, which, I mean, fair enough. I don't have a Flagellant to counter it, and they have Repulse to kind of dissuade me from going Houndsary, but I don't think it's a good enough dissuasion. I move back, poor occultist, not that I really care though. And I have 20 dodge, meaning I'm probably not going to dodge. Do I think they'll do 0 damage? Or close to 0 damage? They do 3. It was almost enough for it to be perfect for me, but they only do 3 damage. You know what? I'll take it. The occultist dies as well, which, I mean, it's slightly unnecessary. He was dead in 2 turns anyway, but sure, I'll take it. I'll take the 25% death blow. Thank you very much. Thank you, Ring Mommy. I do believe there is a teeny tiny bit of justice in this world, but how much is there? Not a lot, it seems, because it is not going too well for my opponent. My occultist just lives. This backline is... oh my god. That's really useless. I guess the corpse is gone, but couldn't you have done that on the doggy instead? That would have been amazing. You would get a heart attack off of that, but sure. Oh, whatever. No more corpse, I suppose. You know, this ability clears corpses, so it targeting the corpse with the ability that clears corpses is just such a massive troll. I think it is. I think it is intentional from this. What do you call him? From this cultist to go for that. I do think it is. Sometimes it feels like that. It's obviously not true, but sometimes it feels like the characters and the ring mommy just knows what's happening and goes for the act out that will most screw you over, or goes for the act out that is comically so bad it's funny. That's what it feels like to me at the very least. So even though this chap will probably have minus 60, no, it's only minus 60, it's not minus 80. Yeah, only minus 60. Should I not harry? I mean, if I look wounds here, I won't be fine. There's a Reign of Sorrows coming. I mean, is there? He's dead anyway. So there's no need for Reign of Sorrows to be coming. Yeah, sure, I'll do this. I'll do this. I'll make this Flagellant to be a bit more aggressive onto me. Thankfully, he doesn't have Exsanguinate. If he had Exsanguinate here, things would be very, very dicey for me. But, you know, that's not the case. So we're just chilling. If I do this, sadly there's not enough DOT on there. Reclaim is totally fair and balanced. It is fair and balanced, honestly. I think Reclaim is a fair and balanced ability. The character that uses it isn't fair and balanced, but Reclaim is like a positive 3 trait on HP. You get 3 more HP than the one you're paying for it, and it has such a high bleed chance that resisting it is very, very unlikely. Nor is it recommended to try and resist it. That's not how you use Reclaim. You use Reclaim to apply regen on the other characters, and regen is very, very helpful because, you know, lots and lots of reasons that the regen is quite helpful, especially against the damage teams. Even against tiny bits of DOT, you get to just bring your characters out of their store for free, sometimes even more than once, and then you still get to do your action instead of having to go for lick wounds or something of the likes. And not only that, like, that's very good already, but the HP you have to pay for it isn't really a downside, because then you activate your Redeem, you activate your Exsanguinate, you activate your low HP buffs, you activate your Death's Door buffs even. So it's... yeah, it all works out in the end, doesn't it? Oh, that really works out in the end for my opponent. Oh my god, that is really unfortunate. That the occultist dying caused extra stress to the Houndmaster, so now I am pretty much screwed. I have to click here or else Abella will just kill me. And I'm gonna go for the Houndzeri. Thankfully it does get the death blow. He does 0 damage. He generally does 0 damage. I have no prot and he does 0 damage. It's hilarious, yeah. So it's minus 100% damage and then minus 25 because of Paranoid. So at minus 125% damage, he dealt 0 with the riposte, even though I have 0 prot. So that's pretty cool. It is now a 2v2 between these stress teams. We're only at round 5. These stress team versus stress team matchups can go to like round 20, as we saw a couple of videos ago. Oh, that's wonderful. Or they can go to round 5. With Kalashnikov, they're most likely gonna go to round 5. Either you've won by this point or you've lost. So if you like fast-paced gameplay, such as Mark teams, but you want to try stress, go for the Kalashnikov. It's very aggressive, it's very fun, very fast-paced, and you can get a snowball going with this team. Usually stress teams are kind of just boring. This one isn't. It's not boring whatsoever. Of course, I'm saying this, you should take this with a grain of salt because I love this team. So yeah, definitely take it with a grain of salt, but I do think there is some truth to it. So yeah, this poor little man-at-arms is just not gonna have a good time, and honestly, I did have a good time just clicking Bellow 6 turns in a row. It sounds odd, but it's so satisfying to just hop into the Butcher's Circus, especially if you're gonna play against the damage team, and just bellow the hell out of your opponent. Watch as their damage goes for from good to just completely meaningless, especially if they don't have a way to clear the debuffs, or you know, if they forget to, or if they want to go for something else. It is just a really fun team to play with, and kind of what I needed in my day today, honestly. Kind of what I needed in my day today, and hopefully your day as well. So Blaus surrenders just in time as I was about to skip ahead to the end. I hope y'all enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much everyone for all the donations that have happened for the tourney, and thank you for the registrations as well. I hope you will be having a fun and great time together, and I'll see you again another time. Cheers.